Hi everyone, this is Fyruz Khan, and I'm back again with a live class, a brand new live class. Today I have a new batch. It's not business studies, it's IELTS. So I have had students who's requested me they've already done IELTS with me, but they want some kind of revision. So they've requested me to revise the reading and writing module. So over the next 10 days or so, I will be going over reading and writing. So it's a very good opportunity because I know IELTS is quite popular. So it's a very good opportunity to revise these modules. You can keep additional requests if you want to explain certain things, to explain certain chapters, to explain certain questions, I suppose. And I hope you can see the streaming service properly. So you can see the slides here. I will change the slides from time to time. I've also emailed my students the slides and the link. We will also have a look at some links today. So yeah, if you have any problem, you can question us. I can see directly from here. If my students are here, just type yes so that I know you're watching this live. So yeah, there we go. Great, let's start. So reading, IELTS reading. It is said, so in IELTS we have 4 modules, okay? Reading, writing, listening. Reading, writing, listening, and speaking. So these are the 4 modules. Out of the 4 modules, I'm going to revise reading and writing because it is said that it's very easy to score grades in listening and speaking. Okay, it's very easy to score grades in listening and speaking because if you study a little, I'm not saying it's very easy, but if you study a little bit, it's easy to score 6.5, 7, 7.5, especially for those who has an English medium background. For them, it's easy. And at FES, we have a lot of students who studied in English medium schools, and therefore it becomes very easy for me, to score higher grades with these students. I do spend a lot of time on speaking and listening, and therefore you will see most of my students ends up getting 8, 8.5, 9 in listening and speaking. Probably, when they start, their level used to be, let's say, 6.5 or 7, but then we groom them more. But then I also focus a lot on reading and writing because it's said that reading especially is one of the toughest module. It's very difficult. It's difficult to score grades. So if you're good in speaking and listening, focus on, pay attention to reading and writing, and that can do the trick. Okay, so we'll have a look at reading. So what is reading, right? So reading is basically, it's not that you read line by line. Reading is basically comprehension, okay? So you've done comprehension in school. You've done comprehension when you're young at grade 5 or 6. So you will have a passage. You will have a passage. You read that passage and you answer those questions. So it is a way to check your ability to read and understand the passage, right? So it seems very easy to you, easy now to you that, oh, it's probably it's just comprehension. We have to read, the answers are there, the questions are there. Yeah, it sounds easy. It is easy, but then they've made it a bit tricky. They've made it a bit confusing, right? So that's reading for you. So what's the main idea behind a reading test? The main idea is they want to check your understanding. They want to check how much you've understood. They want to check your prior knowledge. They want to check your prior knowledge. They don't want to check your prior knowledge. Let's say you have comprehension that you know about, but it's not based on your prior knowledge. It's just based on what you get at that point of time. Okay, so that's what is important. So yeah, there we go. So that's the main idea behind it. So let's have a look at the structure. So in reading, you have how many passages? 3 passages. Okay, I can show it to you right now. I want to show it to you. so that you have a clear understanding of what's going on. So I have a book. There you go. This is the first reading passage, right? The reading passages are long. There you go. And then you have questions. Questions. I'm sure you've seen one of these books. Questions. There you go. So like this, you have 3 reading passages, 3 separate reading passages, and in total you have 40 questions. So it is a lot, and you have to finish all these things. You have to finish reading the 3 passages, and you have to finish 40 questions in 1 hour, 60 minutes. Okay, so keep that in mind. And where are these reading passages taken from? These are taken from books. These are taken from journals. These are taken from newspapers, magazines, the internet, article. Okay. And these reading passages are not your everyday reading passages that you see on Facebook, on CNN, or on BBC. They're a bit different. They're taken from encyclopedias and special science magazines, special, education, from education books. They're a bit different. Sometimes these articles may be about whales. They may be about the defects of or the disadvantages of smoking. They can be about history, past history. It can be about a king. So the topics, the subjects are a bit different. And এইটা ওরা intentionally করেছে because যেন subject different থাকে, যেন easy না হয়, যেন they want to give you something that you have not experienced before. So be ready. Okay, so we know the structure: 3 reading passages, 40 questions, you have 1 hour, right? That means 20 minutes per passage. How many? 20 minutes per passage. Okay, so have a look. 20, I'll just type 20 minutes per passage. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, so there you go. And the 40 questions that you have, it's not just one kind of question. You will have different kinds of question. We'll have a look at it. You will have different kinds of question. Okay, different varieties of question. It's not just MCQ or fill in the blanks that will appear again and again. You have different kinds, different range of questions, and usually the different ranges are given here. I'll try and zoom so that, yeah, I think it's visible. Yeah, okay, I'll just, yeah, there you go. So the different kinds of question that you see here is multiple choice question. There you go. This is the most common one. You can write it down, multiple choice question. Okay. Then you have short answers. Short answers, mane, you will see in IELTS, if you open your reading section, you will see answer in 1 word, answer in 2 words, answer in 3 words. Okay. That's a short answer. So yeah, that is also common. Short answers are common. Summary completion. Summary dawa thakbe ekta, okay, probably 5-6 lines, and then you will have blanks in between. Sentence completion is basically fill in the blanks. Okay. Then you have matching headings to paragraph. The most common one. In every passage you will find matching headings to paragraph. Heading dawa thakbe, oi heading da prottekta paragraph er sathe milate hobe. That's it. Okay, so probably, let's say I have 7 headings and you have, let's say, 9 paragraphs. In IELTS, they will always give you more. You will have more options. This is, again, intentionally done to confuse you. Okay, so yeah, there you go. I just want to check my message. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, yeah, everything is fine. Back to my live session. Yes. So yeah, so that's matching headings to paragraph, and matching headings to paragraph is very, very common. Okay, and you'll have it in every passage. So make sure you master the techniques of matching headings to paragraphs, and we will have separate sessions for all these questions. So it's a very good way to revise reading if you want to right now. Okay, so matching headings to paragraph. So you will have headings, you have to match it with your paragraph. Then you have objective, which is yes, no, true, false, not given. Yes, no, not given, and true, false, not given. It's the same thing. Yes means true, no means false, and not given is not given. So Machimodara, yes, no, not given there. Machimodara, true, false, not given there. But you have to be careful. Sometimes in the question they have mentioned that you have to write yes, no, not given, but instead you write false, true, false, not given, and you come back. That is going to be wrong, 100%. So read the question, read the instruction first. You have classification, you have matching causes and effects, you have selecting factors and phrases, you have diagram questions. You will have a diagram, there'll be blanks. The most common ones, so let's focus on the common ones. Multiple choice question, short answers, summary completion, sentence completion, this one, okay? Matching headings to paragraph, the most common question that you will get in every passage, and objective, yes, no, true, false, or not given. So the first 6 ones I feel are very, very common. It's not that we are going to leave this out. We will still do it. Egula ashe, once in a while, they will be there. Probably 2 marks, 3 marks, 1 question. They will be there. You may have a diagram question, but these are the most common ones that always appears in your question. So keep in mind. So today we will have a look at the 2 kinds of question. We will have a look at objective, yes, no, true, false, not given, and multiple choice question, the most common ones, these 2, okay, number 1 and number 6, right? Okay, let's zoom out this a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So before anything, let me give you some general instruction. General instruction in IELTS is, you can stop looking at the slide now. The one general instruction is that please read the instructions at the top. For example, if you open up your book, okay, you will have instructions at top, right at the top. There we go. You'll have instructions at the top, right? So make sure you read these instructions. Spend about 20 minutes in question 14 to 26. Read the passage, choose the correct headings, read the instruction, because that's how you need to answer. And you need to read the instructions because these instructions change from question to question, right? Okay, so you want to read the question and always update yourself in every section. All right, so that is quite important. That is very, very important. So multiple general instructions. So before anything, read the instructions, right? Okay, then let's have a look. Let's go to wait, I have to, okay, give me 1 minute. I have to remove this. Okay, just give me 1 minute. I have to show you something else. Okay. Okay, stop screen, share screen. Okay, Chrome tab. I think this. Yep, we are here. So I hope you can see this, right? So I will go back to the stream. So this is a question. So we have a passage here about neuroscience. Okay, there you go. I hope you can see me. It's about a neuroscience reveals how to think differently. Okay, so this passage is there in page number 49, book 9, passage 3, and the questions are up here. So this is an MCQ question. If you look, let me so this is an MCQ question. This is an MCQ question. So neuroeconomics is a field of study which seeks to, so in MCQ, you will have a question, you will have a statement. It's called a statement and not a question. This is your statement. This is your statement. Okay, so whenever you get an MCQ question, look at the statement first. Neuroeconomics is a field of study which seeks to. Now, from this statement, highlight the keywords. So, keywords are those which um, which explains the sentence, which highlights the importance of sentence. So, for me, probably the keywords will be neuroeconomics, it can be seeks, it can be study. Okay, you can have more than one keyword. They can be 2 3 keywords. Keywords may vary from person to person. You may feel that study is a keyword, I may feel study is not a keyword, but highlight it, it always helps. If you have more keywords, it's not a problem. So highlight the keyword. Now the challenge with MCQ is that you not only have one statement, then you have, after that, you have 4 statements. You also need to read those 4, 3 or 5 statements and underline the keywords. Okay, so yeah, there you go. So cause a change in how scientists understands brain chemistry. So you can have brain chemistry as a keyword. You can have change as a keyword, scientists as a keyword. Then look at option B. Understand how good decisions are made in the brain. Again, see, it's confusing you. They've used this word brain again. So this can be a keyword. Good decisions can be a keyword. Understand, they've used understand again. So you are confused between option B and C and A and B. Understand how the brain is linked to achievement in competitive fields. Trace the specific firing patterns of neurons in different areas of the brain. So you read the statement, have keywords. You read each statement and have keywords individually. And then you go back to the passage. You go back to the passage and find these keywords that you have underlined in the passage starting from paragraph 1. Okay, that's how you can do it. Read the question first. So my instruction to you will be read the instructions first, read the questions first. Okay, so read the questions first. কোয়েশ্চেনটা পড়লে আইডিয়া হবে কোয়েশ্চেনটা কি, তারপরে প্রথম প্যারাগ্রাফ থেকে পড়া স্টার্ট করো। Okay, there you go. You have the first paragraph and start reading. Start reading from the first paragraph. Start reading from the first paragraph. Okay, and see if those keywords are there. If those keywords are there, very good, well and good. You'll find the answers. If not there, continue reading. Okay. So yeah, this method is also called scanning. Scanning means you read the question first, you know what to find. So we have read the question, we know the keywords. The keywords are brain chemistry, the keywords are scientist, the keywords are competitive fields, and we know what we want. And then we go back to the passage and scan for those words. It's similarly, for example, let's say you want to find the word valuable in a dictionary. So you know what you want. So you're not going to read the whole dictionary. What you are going to do is go to V, go to A, go to L, go to U, go to A, and that's how you're going to find the meaning, right? So that is MCQ, okay? Always remember there will be one option which will not make any sense, and to be দেখলেই বুঝবা যে okay, probably this is not the answer, এটা হবে না, so এটা out করে দাও. And then, there will be confusion between 2 or 3, probably 2 options, and that will be your main problem to solve. So what can you do? What can you do to solve that confusion? What you can do is you can read the sentence again and again. You have to see how different it is. What specific information does it want? Now option A is cause a change in how scientists understand brain chemistry. So option A is talking about neuroeconomics is a study where scientists can cause a change to understand brain chemistry. And number B is understand how good decisions are made in the brain. These both they highlight 2 different things, but then sometimes it sounds the same because they have similar words like brain. Okay, and then you may be confused. Number C, understand how the brain is linked to achievement in competitive fields. And B and C also sounds very similar, but then these 2 they mean different things. When you read them again and again, it becomes clear to you. Okay, so these two options are very, very similar to each other. It sounds very similar, but then it means very different when you read it. See, understand how good decisions are made in brain. So neuroeconomics can be a study where how good decisions are made in the brain, or how the brain is linked to achievement in other fields. So C is more complex, more complicated. Okay, and of course D is also complicated. So B and C may sound similar because they've used similar words like understand. Okay, they've used similar words like brain, but that doesn't mean that the options are similar. So I want you to read them again and again. Most of the time, the answers are given in the question, so read them again and again. Okay, let me have a look at my slide a little bit. So yeah, so you will have a statement. This is a statement, and then you'll be followed by 3 to 4 options. 3 options are minimum in IELTS. So sometimes you get 4, sometimes 5, sometimes 6. Sometimes they will also ask you to choose 1 option, or to choose 2 options, or choose 3 options. So read the headings. These are the headings. Please read the headings. Choose the correct letter A, B, C, or D. So they've asked you to choose 1 option, A, B, C, or D, and write the correct letter in boxes. So sometimes they may ask you to choose 2 answers. So please read the heading, read the questions properly. Okay. And then find the keywords in the statement first. So here, our keywords may be neuroeconomics, our keywords will maybe study, it may be seeks. And then also find keywords in all the options. Okay, find the keywords. Now, once you have the keywords, take those keywords and find them in the first paragraph of your passage. If you don't find the answer in the first passage, go to the next one, not a problem, and then go to the next one. This process is called scanning. So you particularly know what to find. So you know that I have to find this word brain chemistry. I need to find this word understand. I need to find this word neuroeconomics. And you are just going to the passage. You're not reading the whole of the passage because, see, you will have 20 minutes to read a passage, 20 minutes per passage. You have 3 passages, 20 minutes per passage, 20, 20, 20. So you don't have time to read everything. So what you can do is, scanning is a very good technique. So you know you need to find neuroeconomics, you need to find brain, you need to find scientist, find those words. And once you find those words in the passage, probably answers gula okhane ashepashe thakbe, kothao thakbe, a little bit near, somewhere around there. Okay, so that is MCQ and my technique to find MCQ. You can also omit or cancel out options that focuses the length. So, oh, eta hobe na, so eta bad, eta hobe na, eta bad. So my choice is between these two. So that also helps. You can think about that as well. Okay. So this was multiple choice question. So yeah, read the instruction, read the question, read the question, find keywords, go back to the passage, and you can find the answers. Cancel out any options that you can. If you don't understand, read it, because sometimes they may use similar word, but the options may not be similar. So try to understand if they're asking for some specific things. Try to understand the meaning. Okay? And MCQ is a very common question that you will get all the time, right? If you have any question, please let us know, and I will be able to take your answers. Okay. Thank you very much. We have more to go. Okay, we have more to go. So let me switch on to the slide now. Give me 1 minute again. I have to stop sharing. then start sharing, and then I want to, where is my slide? Yeah. Okay. So there we go. So we are done with MCQ. So now we have objective type. So objective type is yes, no, not given, true, false, not given. Now in some questions they will say, right, yes, no, not given, and in some question true, false, not given. It means the same thing, right? But make sure যেখানে যেটা লেখা ওটাই যেন তুমি লিখো। True false not given থাকলে use true false not given, or if it's yes no not given then use yes no not given, right? If you use interchangeably then it's going to be wrong. Okay, answers right হলো ধরো yes এর জায়গায় তুমি true দিয়েছো, I know it's correct, but they will cancel it out because you haven't followed the instruction. IELTS it's a very specific exam. It's like maths. You need to get it right. Okay, so that's your objective type of questions. Okay, and we've done true false yes no when we were young in primary school, in secondary school, grade 4, grade 5. What makes this challenging is one thing, yes, no, true, false, power could be easy, but what makes it challenging is the not given, the no not given. So again, I will show you, let me stop sharing the screen and let me show you my tab again. Yeah, so here I have yes, no also. So again, we follow the same pattern. Please read the instruction, read the headings, read the instructions. See, it's clearly written. Do the following statements agree with the claims of the write and reading passage? In boxes 6 to 11 on your answer sheet, write yes, no, not given. So they have asked you to write yes, no, not given, not true, false, not given. Yes means if you agree with the statement, no means if you don't agree with the statement, and not given means nothing is mentioned in the passage. The writer hasn't mentioned anything about the passage. That's so clear, right? They couldn't have been more clear. So there you go. And then you have a question. There we go. Exposure to different events. I hope you can see it properly. Exposure to different events forces the brain to think differently. So there are different things that forces you to think differently. That's what the question is trying to say. I haven't read the passage. I'm just guessing. Okay. Talking about guessing is also a good brain work, a good thing that you can do in IELTS. So এখানে তুমি guess করতে পারো আচ্ছা কি নিয়ে কথা বলছে। Even in your MCQ you can guess, you can assume things before you read. When you guess what happens, it gives you idea about different things. You can note it down, right? It's always good. Don't write it that as an answer, but you can guess. It'll give you more idea, more possibilities. So here it can be yes, no, not given. Yes means if you agree with the statement, if you think yes, there are different things that forces your brain to think differently. No, if you think it's false. Not given means it's not given in the passage. The writer hasn't talked about exposure to different event forces the brain to think differently. Now, the main problem is in not given. Sometimes I've seen students, getting confused, getting stressed out with not given. Now, even sometimes we are also confused with not given, but a good way is, I'll give you, let me give you an example. For example, let's say here the question is exposure to different events forces the brain to think differently. So the question is that, different events, different situations may lead your brain to think differently. Now in the passage, they did not talk about this, but then they talked about exposure to different events in a different way, in some other context. But তোমার মনে হলো যেহেতু exposure and situation নিয়ে কথা বলছে, probably ওরা বলছে যে ব্রেইনটা differently think করবে। তুমি assume করলা, but actually they haven't talked about how the brain reacts to different situation. They're just talking about different situation in general, let's say. And you said that, yes, it's true, but actually it's not given. They haven't talked about how brain reacts to different situations. They have talked about different situation, different events, probably in a general way. Now that's the difference. আরেকটা example দিতে পারি. For example, let's say the lion was supposed to sleep at 10 o'clock. The lion slept at 10 o'clock. These are completely different two statements. The lion was supposed to sleep. ঘুমায় নাই, ওর কথা ছিল ঘুমানোর. And the lion slept at 9 o'clock. So your question is, the lion slept at 9 o'clock. Okay. And in the passage, you see the lion was supposed to sleep at 9 o'clock, and to make it true. But it's not true. It's false, or it's not given, because was supposed to. Look at the wording. So here, the trick is they will change the sentence by using just one word, one technique of a punctuation, a comma. For example, a comma can change everything. Let's eat. Let's eat, comma, grandma. So you're saying that let's eat, grandma or mother, let's eat. বলছো যে মা আমরা সবাই একসাথে খেতে যাই. Let's eat, grandma, একসাথে. That means you want to eat your grandma. A punctuation has changed the meaning. So here I would suggest you to look at punctuations. Here I would suggest you to look at vocabularies, different words, past tense, present tense, okay? Future tense, look at all those and then take a leap forward, okay? Again, you can follow the same technique. So what you can do is you can highlight the keywords. I would say exposure is a keyword. I would say event forces can be a keyword. Brain can be a keyword. Differently can also be a keyword. I'll take all those 5-6 keywords and I will start reading from paragraph 1 from this passage. There we go. I'll start reading from here. And I will try to find those keywords here. Once I find those keywords, I know that the answer lies somewhere there. And then I'll try to find the answer. So this process is called scanning, which we've talked about. Scanning means you already know what to pick. So you read the question, you find out what you need to find to get the answer, and you find those keywords in the passage. That's scanning. And this is your objective type of questions. This is how you find your objective type of questions. Let me have a look at the slide if I have to give you anything. Okay. So yeah. So what you do is read the headings first. See, দেখো আগে কি লিখতে হবে, yes, no, not given, কোনটা লিখতে হবে, ঠিক আছে? ওইটা বুঝে নাও। আমার যে স্টুডেন্ট আছে আবরার, এখানে তুমি অনেকবার ভুল করেছো, let me remind you, yes, no জায়গায় true false লিখে দাও, ওগুলা করবে না। Then read the sentence, pick up the keywords, and try to understand what it means, and then read the passage. In the passage, it's easy to find yes or no, but not given is the problem. As you know, we've done this in the class. At that point of time, try to understand the meaning behind it. Once you understand the meaning, তখন not given an answer চলে আসবে. Not given means it's not mentioned anything about the passage. Yes, let's say you've met a person for 5 minutes. That's written in the passage, but in the question that he's met a person for a meeting. So those are two different things. For a business meeting, that in the question is given that person met another person for business meeting, but in the passage they've met each other for 5 minutes. So you have to distinguish that difference. Meeting and meeting for 5 minutes, business meeting means different things. So here you need to look out for words. You need to look out for confusing vocabularies. Here you need to look out for punctuations, full stops, all those things, right? So yeah, that is your objective type of questions, right? Read the question properly. Scanning. আরেকটা টেকনিক আছে skimming, আমি একটু বলতে চাই skimming. Skimming means we do it every day. Let's say you get up in the morning, you take out your Facebook page and you skim, right? You skim. So that's skimming. Reading quickly. Okay, reading extensively. You do this when you read a book, right? You don't read every word. When you're reading an article on the internet or on Facebook, or on CNN, on your phone, you don't read word by word. You read extensively because you don't need to understand each and every word. You're just trying to catch the general terms. You're trying to understand the general overview of the passage or of the article. So that is skimming, right? So you can also find answers in IELTS through skimming, because সব সময় স্ক্যান করে আনসার পাওয়া difficult. So তখন তোমার একটু generally পড়তে হবে overall, so you can scan the text. So I would recommend have a pencil in your hand and read this paragraph and make some notes. এই প্যারাগ্রাফটা কি বলছে আমি পাশে একটু লিখে নেই। Okay, the first paragraph of this passage is about brain, revolution, neuroscience. You can write down keywords, you can write down headlines, you can write down some keywords, you can write down some headlines, you can write down some titles quickly, but you have to do quickly. প্রথমে দেখবা এটা প্র্যাকটিস করা স্টার্ট করো, প্রথমে মনে হবে হ্যাঁ অনেক টাইম নিচ্ছে, বাট প্র্যাকটিস করতে করতে খুব ইজি হয়ে যাবে। আমার খুব এভাবে ইজি লাগে আনসার বের করতে। Then read the second paragraph and then again write down keywords, write down some meanings or write down some headlines, what it makes easier. So এভাবে কি হয়, after you've read 6-7 paragraphs, you've made notes of the passage, map notes of the paragraph, of the passage, of the whole passage. তোমার এখন আর প্যাসেজের বাইরে যাওয়া লাগবে না, তুমি সব জানো, সব লেখা আছে, সব হাইলাইট করা আছে। পেন্সিল ইউজ করো, মার্কার ইউজ করো, সব হাইলাইট করো। এখন যেই কোয়েশ্চেনই পড়বা না কেন তোমার জন্য ইজি হবে, তুমি বলতে পারবা, you can recall, oh, I read this word or sentence or keyword in passage number 3. Okay, let me check my notes. আমার নোটসে প্যারাগ্রাফ 3 তে আনসার্স আছে, so let me find it out. Okay, so that is another way, scanning to find an answer. Matching headings to paragraph, scanning lage. অন্যান্য questions skimming lage, but I have also seen students using this technique in all the questions. Now it depends on you. I'm not going to force you, I'm not going to pressure you on choosing a particular style or method or process. It depends on you. My duty is to show you everything. So I've shown you, you can use scanning technique where you can find the keywords and then go read paragraph by paragraph. Scanning, you exactly know what you want, what you're looking for. Skimming, where you read everything, make some notes, and then you find the answer, right? So yeah, that's that. We finished the class. Let me give you a homework, okay? Let me give you a homework. Go to book 9 and finish this passage. Reading passage 3, page 49. Book 9 of IELTS, reading passage 3, page 49. A neuroscientist reveals how to think differently. Please write it down, okay? Reading passage 3 of book 9, page 49. That's your homework, okay? You have around 12 to 13 questions. That's your homework. This passage, book 9. Book 9. Page 49, reading passage 3. Great. I've also seen, before I leave, I'll just give you a few tips. I've also seen passage 1 একটু easy হয়, passage 2 একটু tough হয়, passage 3 গিয়ে অনেক tough হয়. So yeah, keep that in mind. Right, this was the first class of reading. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have any questions, if you have any recommendations, you can write it on our comment section. You can send messages on our page. You can message me personally on my personal page. You can also call me and have a group chat. Thank you very much. I will see you in the next class.